We're here with Miss Burgess. Which history subjects do you currently teach?
I teach modern history and ancient history at the moment. Well, I think choosing a history subject at James Ruse enables the students to have a well-balanced education and to get an idea about current events happening around the world. And I think perhaps it would be a good idea to ask some of our current history students what they think.
Yes.
Oh, I chose it because I was interested in it from a young age, and it's a very interesting topic by itself anyway. I mean, you get to learn about the world wars, I mean, that's a small part of it, and you basically get to learn about the events that shape the world we're in today. I mean, if you don't know about that, I don't suppose you can really live in a world, you know, and really understand it. We've got a range of interesting topics to learn in mod. One would be about Nazis, you know, how they picked off people to go to the concentration camps, their anti-Semitism, and I think one of particular interest would be World War I. I mean, you get to learn how people die gruesome deaths, you know, in trenches, being gassed to death, having gangrene.
That's great.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I mean, it's not one for the with weak stomachs, but yeah, you could get used to it. Yeah.
Well, history has provided me lots of analytical skills to use in all my subjects and projects. I've learned how to properly annotate and research in my assignments for all my other topics, and it's helped me gain a general scope of history in the world. For example, in English, we're currently doing William Butler Yeats, and his works directly relate to World War II's. And, you know, my English teacher, Mrs. Billing, explained about the whole history and the scope of his poems, but I was already able to grasp the ideas clearly without much explanation at all. And that set me apart from people in my class where they were kind of sleeping and being bored because they had no interest whatsoever in history.
Well, history is overall a really fun subject, and it's like really interesting to learn about because like all the topics are like so entertaining, and also it's like a really nice, friendly atmosphere, like where you make new friends, I suppose, and also it actually boosted my confidence a bit. And the debates we have in the classroom are like so entertaining and funny because like there's no right answer, so you can like argue whatever you want and no one will actually care, and it's really fun.
Definitely. I think modern in particular gives a more insightful and rounded perspective on current events as opposed to other subjects such as ancient, because they're more old-fashioned. And I think modern history, we learn about more current topics like conflict in the Pacific, World War I and Russian Revolution, which I think affects us more today than ancient.
You get to go on excursions. In year 11, you guys probably go to the Jewish Museum at King's Cross. You get to meet Holocaust survivors, or if there are that many left. And yeah, what? And then, also in year 12, though most year 12s aren't allowed to excursions, if you're lucky, you get to go into a year 12 modern history lecture day. It's where you pretty much learn about HSC topics, how to approach them in an exam. It's quite helpful, and it does more than, you know, only improve your modern history as well. I mean, it's also helped with other subjects. I mean, the exam skills you learn in modern history and from that lecture day, they don't just apply to that subject. You could use them, you could apply them in economics, chemistry, all sorts of other subjects. Because the entire HSC syllabus, they basically use all the same keywords, like evaluate, assess, yeah.
It's a really fun subject, and you get to develop a lot of those good analytical history skills, and it's just a really good time. It's fun. You learn about a lot of ancient societies and a lot of case studies. Like right now we're doing Pharaoh and the Minoan civilization. Just prior to that we were doing Troy and all that sort of stuff.
Well, you can do history debating, which is a really good opportunity to develop your research skills and investigation skills, as well as analytical application of what we know in history already.
Yeah, that's about it. And generally, you get to go to a rich private school and get really good money too.
Yeah, really good.
Okay.
That's right, and they're through to the second round now and nearly up to the
Right,
final.
quarters.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it. We're gonna. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, we shouldn't say that.
Overall, I think that all of our HSIE topics, whether it be geography, modern history, ancient history, extension or economics, I think they all prepare our students well for life at university and life beyond university in the corporate world or wherever they choose to go. I've had a fantastic time with my Year 12 classes over the year, just this year and all of the years, and I hope that they've had a great time as well.